This country right now is not searching for somebody who can claim, oh, I am like a Buddha, I will sit there and watch what is happening. This country wants a functioning prime minister. Even 10 years from now, when Pakistan and China decides to do a two-pronged attack on India at the same time, this country should be resilient enough to face it. The essential nature of Indian democracy, a prime minister has to be a risk taker. The Rahul Gandhi ji, there is no concurrence here only. And many of his ideas, if we implement, it is much worse than 1991 USSR. We have to understand in this very, very important election, Kerala has to make a choice. Nobody is saying Manmohan Singh is correct. This country right now is not searching for somebody who can claim, oh, I am like a Buddha, I will sit there and watch what is happening. I will not. This country wants a functioning prime minister. Even 10 years from now, when Pakistan and China decides to do a two-pronged attack on India at the same time, this country should be resilient enough to face it. So that is the challenge before us. Do we have a prime minister of that caliber? I'm just giving you one example of first come, first serve. How a prime minister who is not accountable to the public, because the prime minister is not elected. The prime minister doesn't have a constituency of his own. The prime minister doesn't go on campaign for every state election. In this country, 6 elections a prime minister has to face every year. 6 election people will judge a prime minister. 6 election people will ask a prime minister, what have you done? So this prime minister has to take so much risk. Demonetization before UP, still you go and face. GST, go and face. You make this decision, go and face. The essential nature of Indian democracy, a prime minister has to be a risk taker. And the prime minister has to face the public and convince the public and still make the public to vote. This is a country that doesn't need stagnated solutions. No, I am a prime minister. I will not make decisions because I have 6 elections every year. I will just keep quiet. If I make one decision, somebody will feel hurt. Kerala will feel hurt. Tamil Nadu will feel hurt. UP will feel hurt. I will not make any decision. Please vote. This country doesn't want prime ministers like that. So Modi ji has broken that mold to say, I am a performing prime minister, but every year I will face 6 elections. I will convince you to vote for us because my decision is right. In this context, friends, I am making a very humble appeal to all of you. Now you tell me, in the alliance, will all leaders agree to a single leader who will be a prime minister? Question number 2. Even if all leaders agree to a single leader as prime minister, will that person be able to run the cabinet? Question number 3. Even if this person is able to run that cabinet, if he has to pull up some minister for some wrong thing, X is prime minister, Y is in Mamata Banerjee's party, Z is in Arvind Kejriwal's party, B is in some party, and if he has to fire, the essential thing of a cabinet is the prime minister should have the right to fire. Though in our country it's the president who accepts the prime minister's decision, because the cabinet cannot be under the control of a prime minister. If 3 answers are false, false and false for an India alliance, then what are we looking at, sir? We are looking at a country that will go to shambles if any of them will decide that I am going to be the country's prime minister. Rahul Gandhi ji, there is no concurrence here only. And many of his ideas, if we implement, it is much worse than 1991 USSR. USSR, when somebody said, why USSR collapsed? One communist gave a beautiful answer. Sir, the essence of communism is very simple. You got to act as if you are working. The government has to act as if it's watching. This is the essence of communism. If both of you break it, communism will collapse. I'm telling this again, sir. When USSR collapsed, somebody asked a communist why it collapsed. They said, sir, people and party, government, 2 are there. People have to act as if they are working. The government has to act as if it's watching. When anyone breaks, USSR collapses. That is why you build up an inefficient state. One fine day it collapsed when the whole country was, world was opening up. Friends, we have to understand in this very, very important election, Kerala has to make a choice. And this choice has to be pro-development. And this choice has to move Kerala forward. And this choice has to be very simple. That Kerala's human capital is first reserved for Kerala state. When Kerala is prospering, India will prosper.